Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Oh, hello everybody. Today is Thursday and what it means for StarWind community, yes, you're right. That's our weekly tap room, and first of all I would like to make sure that everyone can hear me and see my screen well. So please drop your message in the question box in order for me to make sure that everything is okay. Alright, looks like everything is okay. So let's then start. Alright, so our today's topic is virtual device creation, and and yeah, just a second please. So just before we'll start, let me introduce myself. Let me say something about myself. So my name is Bogdan Savchenko. I am technical support engineer and work at StarWind software company, and as for my responsibilities, basically they are, consulting our customers on some technical questions, providing technical support, and also, helping our customers to find an optimal solution which could be implemented in their environments. That's it. And go next then. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, guys, I know that's not my best photo. However, there is at least smile on my face, and it's exactly what I wish everyone here. So let's smile together and make this world a bit kinder. Right, great. And on this slide you can see a quick overview of today's topics. So I suppose we have discussed them already, so yeah, so first of all let's go to StarWind Virtual SAN Device creation, where we're gonna talk about our best approaches to configuring virtual devices, and also afterwards I'll be more than happy to answer all questions you may have. Right, oops. And so first of all let's move on our test environment, which we're gonna use for our testing purposes for our presentation. So it is virtualized environment, and we use nested configuration. So hurry up, don't waste our time. So just right before your eyes is well-known StarWind Management Console, and over here let's then start immediately. So first of all let's go to a device wizard. We recommend to use it in advanced mode, just in order to get more configured options. So over here there we have 3 options to choose: the hard disk device, which we're actually looking for, tape device, which is accessible in case of using some tape libraries, and the optical disk drive. And I don't think that I have to add anything in this regard, because I suppose you all know for which purposes we use the optical disk drive virtual one. So yeah, let's then select the hard disk device, go next, and over here again we have 3 options to choose: a virtual disk, physical disk, and RAM disk. So as for the physical disk, so it allows us to export existing physical disk as a SCADA target. Yeah, however, it's not our case. And as to the RAM disk, yeah, you could create some virtual device with read access memory storage. However, we are looking for virtual disk, and we select it and go next screen. So next step gonna be virtual disk location. So over here we will have to give our new device name. So let's give something like that. Next step gonna be specifying the corresponding location for storing this device. So we will use local disk D. And as for the size, so listen guys, so there is some kind of trick we recommend our customers to go with. So first of all, we suggest to create just device with 1 GB size, and then after creating replica, you'll be able to extend it to the required size. And yeah, you could ask me why, and so just to avoid the full synchronization process performing. Yeah, I know it depends on different things. However, it would be really better to create just 1 GB size device first and then extend it to the required one. Also, there is another option. Choose it. It's called use an existing virtual disk. So, if you have removed some virtual device before and then have decided to use it for a new device, so yeah, you are able to use it as an existing virtual disks. However, we're gonna create new virtual disk, so we have give it a name, size, and then go further. Alright, the next step, the virtual disk options, and over here on the top we have two options, SIG provisioned allocation method, which called flat image file, and the LSFS technology. So I suppose you all know about SIG provision drives. So for example, if you have decided to create for example 100 gigabyte device size, and so in this case it would consume the same size of the physical storage. And LSFS provide us with some kind of SIM provision drives. And so as for the LSFS, so it stands for log structured file system, which speaking about LSFS, I would like to say the following. So actually this is a snapshot based file system, and also however, if you have decided to go with LSFS, please be aware that it has some requirements. First of all, it's given that it is a snapshot-based file system, so you have to, and important point, that every snapshot is incremental and could occupy additional space. So eventually, LSFS device could consume 3 times more space compared to the device to the initially created device. Alright, and as for the block size, you can see on the bottom, so here we have two options, 512 byte sector size, and another options 4096 byte sector size. So as you all may know, we recommend to use this 4096 byte sector size at Hyper-V environment, and yeah, that's true that that size may be incompatible with some clients. So just as you may know, VMware even doesn't support these 4096 byte sector size. However, given that we now at Hyper-V environment and Microsoft environment, so let's then select this 4096 byte sector size and SIG provision drive. Alright, so then go next. Over here we'll have to specify cache parameters, L1 cache actually. So again, 3 options to choose: write back mode, write through mode, and no cache at all. So as for the write back mode, so yeah, if we are talking about our best recommendation, that's true that we recommend to go with write back cache, write back mode, which could allow to increase read and write performance simultaneously. And if you have decided to create HA device, there's nothing to worry about, because the data in the cache is synchronized, so don't worry about it. And as for the write through mode, it is increasing just read speed. Alright, so I suppose for our testing purposes, 128 megabytes would be good enough, so let's leave it by default and go next. Alright, on this step we'll have to specify L2 cache parameters. So yeah, actually it is also called flash cache, so in case if you have some SD drives, it would be probably a good idea to create additional device which could be used as the L2 cache, and really could increase the read performance. However, given that now we are using state storage drives as underlying storage for our image files, so I I don't see no reasons to go with some flash cache because it would have much sense. Alright, so we have specified that option, we have selected that option, which means no flash cache at all, and then we are pressing next button, and here it is actually last step, the target parameters. So actually we leave everything by default here. However, yeah, let's talk a bit about those fields which are presented right here in this window. So we are able to create new target, attach to the existing target our new created device, and keep it unassigned at all. So we are looking for create new target, and over here you are able to change the name, and also you're able to change the target name, which will be displayed in a SCSI initiator. Right, so, and also do not forget to enable this checkbox, allow multiple concurrent SCSI connections. I suppose that's it on this step, so then go further, and we're pressing create device. Alright, so we see following message, following notification that device has been created. And also, so what we have now, so right now we have created a device, standalone one. And also guys, I wanted to show you something else, it's related to cache. So let's then very quickly get back to our device wizard. So that thing is related to cache. So in case if you have made some mistake, so if you have specified incorrect value of L1 cache, so listen to me guys, do not rush to make panic, because you could change that value or disable L1 cache at all after it has been created. It could be achieved by editing a corresponding configuration file or image file. I'll show you where you could find it. So our underlying storage on SD drives, like I mentioned before, and over here our device. So this file. So if you if you will decide to change the value which have been specified before or disable cache at all, so yeah, it could be, as I have mentioned before, it could be achieved by editing those files. However, it is some kind of topic of our next webinar. So, and also, what, I can wait to give you a good news. So right now our R&D department is working on a new feature which would be called as Cache Manager, and so that feature would allow to change that value or disable one cache on the fly. Yeah, so please stay tuned and be the first to hear about our new features and new improvements. Alright. Okay, so what do we have as for now? We have created standalone device, and as for now you will be able to connect it in a SCSI initiator just over the loopback interface, and use like local storage over the iSCSI channel. I mean, you connect it in a SCSI initiator over the 127.0.0.1 IP address of the local host. And if you don't mind, certainly I'm gonna show something else. So let's then replicate this device to the partner host, because yeah, most cases we create HA device, which means that each instance of HA on each host would contain consistent data. So this is the basic thing we depart from, StarWind departs from. Alright, so in order to do it, we'll have to go to Replication Manager. So last item in this menu. So we're pressing Replication Manager, and over here the corresponding button and Replica. So over here we have two options: synchronize in active mode, which we're looking for, and asynchronous one replication. However, I suppose you would be able to find out some things about those two modes during our next tap room. So let's then select synchronize two-way replication. We'll press go next, and over here so we have to type the IP address of the partner host, or we also are able to use DNS name. So let's use the DNS name. We press next. Yes, so the replication wizard is asking us, so what do we want? So create new partner device or select existing one. So yeah, we are looking for create new partner device. Over here we have to specify the location for that image file on the partner side. So let's then double check it. Let's then move on to the partner host and double check. Yes, so the right location. Okay, so let's keep it by default, and then we go next. So again, just over here we have to change, we have to specify the networks which would be responsible for data replication, and also we're going to talk a bit about heartbeat feature. So let's then select the corresponding networks which would be responsible for synchronization. I don't remember exactly, so let's then move on to the networking and double check it. So over here on this host we have two synchronization channels. So the one is subnet and for the subnet. So let's then enable it for data replication. Alright. I suppose for our testing purposes, the one channel would be good enough. And as for the heartbeat feature, so we recommend to enable it on the same networks which would be responsible for escalated traffic. However, speaking about this question, I must admittedly have no any strict restrictions, and you could add additional heartbeat channels just as you wish. Alright, so let's then have a quick look on the networks. Oops. So they're over here. And also on this host we have two iSCADA channels. Let's then use one of them. So the 10 subnet. Yeah, I was right. So then we press OK. So just right now we have specified the corresponding networks for synchronization and for iSCADA traffic. I mean for the heartbeat accordingly. So then go next. Right, so yeah, we are going to synchronize it from existing device and press create replica. Right, so yeah, I know the device creation is complete. So now synchronization is performing. Let's wait until it is finished. Right, here we go. Let's refresh it to be able to see the partner instance on the second host. Yeah, so there is also nothing to worry about. It would take some time to be displayed on the partner host. So on the right pane you also can see settings we have specified, the amount of the L1 cache and the mode we have used, so the location where our virtual device stored. Alright guys, so as you can see we have finished. So now I am open for your questions. So I guess you have prepared some questions for me, so let's then take a look at chat box. Alright. Alright, so we have first question from Czekoslav Svilovic. So Czekoslav actually is wondering if a LSFS is better for the performance, so SIG or LSFS. So actually, if we are talking about our best recommendations, yeah, we recommend to go with SIG provision drives, and LSFS, is just more applicable on slow spindle drives, because as you may know, that technology, assuming that StarWind combine all small random and random read and writes in big sequential blocks. So yeah, so I suppose if you have some slow spindle drives, you could try to use LSFS. You could create some LSFS drive and store them on your drives, and also double checking is always a good approach. So it would be really better if you could benchmark the flat image device and also benchmark the LSFS, and afterwards you'll be able to figure out what is the best which type of virtual device fits you better. Right. And also Vyakoslav is wondering what is maximum recommended RAM cache size. If I have 4 TB license and 400 GB SSD only for cache, what is a good size for RAM write-back cache? Actually, we recommend to specify it according to the following ratio. So 1 GB of L1 cache per 1 TB of storage capacity. So yeah, you could also assign some more L1 cache. However, to be honest, I don't suppose that it would have much sense. However, again, so benchmarking is always a good approach. So, however, let's please depart from our best practices, which say that the following ratio is, yeah, as I mentioned before, 1 GB of L1 cache per 1 TB of storage capacity. And so, if you have 400 GB drive, so probably the 512 megabytes would be good enough for you in this case. Okay, let's take a look once again our questions. So friends Kafa is asking me why you use 4096 byte in data store host. You told the size should be 512 for VMware. Yeah, because as I mentioned before, now we add Hyper-V environments, so just because of it I have used that byte sector size. Yeah, and you're right, for VMware we recommend to use 512 byte sector size. Also, I have another question from Dan Gravelin. So, hi, is there support for Hyper-V service? I'm sorry, not this one. Yeah. So, hi, is there support for Hyper-V service storing their VHDs on a virtual SAN drive? And if so, would the SAN be able to provide failover via the replication feature? Yeah, I would say that, yeah, that's possible. So you would have something like iSCSI or the iSCSI, and if you, in case if you have some some SAN, some storage area network, and yeah, so then you'll be able to create a virtual device and store it on top of this SAN and connect it eventually in iSCSI initiator over the iSCSI channels. So yeah, it will be, as I mentioned before, it will be like iSCSI over iSCSI. However, yeah, that's possible. Okay. Alright guys, so I have another question from Yakoslav. So Yakoslav says that speaking about LSpace, it uses 3 more space, but if we use deduplication, still is better for space savings or not. You know, in this case, I would say that it would depend on, on particular case. So if we are talking about some backup jobs, yeah, it would be, better for space savings. Right, so another question from friends. Can you show how to add tape prediction to iSCSI on server side if possible in your hardware? Yeah, so listen friends, it would be the next topic, our next topic, and you'll be able to find out how I recommend to add tape prediction, tape drives during our next tap room, so please stay tuned, and yeah, you'll be able to find out. Alright, come on guys, do you probably have some additional questions for me? I'll be more than happy to provide with answers, so just please leave it at question box. So Vyacheslav is writing that it would like to see something, he would like to see something about virtual tape library. Yeah, that's a very interesting topic for me too, and we'll definitely prepare something, something about this stuff on our next step room. So yeah, please follow our website and stay tuned. Okay, now question from Dan Gravelin. So then asking, do we have to have dedicated channel for heartbeat and for replication? So in this regard, I would say nope. No, actually, you will be able to use some management networks for heartbeat feature, and also as I have mentioned before, so it would be a good practice to use the iSCSI channels for such purposes as well. And if we are talking about replication channels, synchronization channels, yeah, it will be really better to use dedicated network adapters for synchronization, because mixing of traffic is very bad practice. So yeah, please use dedicated channel, dedicated physical adapters for iSCSI channels and for synchronization channels accordingly, because listen guys, all our recommendations are based on our own experience, on some tests which have been made by our QA department. So yeah, we have noticed a lot of issues, something like connection loss in some particular cases. So yeah, it would be really better to use dedicated channels for data replication and for iSCSI traffic. Okay, so sticking to the topic of the networking, Franz Kev is asking, is LCP possible in replication channels? So listen, friends, the such approach, I suppose it wouldn't be a good idea. It would not be a good idea because we have that feature. I mean, the round robin inbuilt in synchronization channels. So your jar will have to add additional synchronization channels, and your throughput would be increased. If we speaking shortly, we do not recommend. Even more, StarWind doesn't support any form of unique daemon technology because it could cause some issues. So yeah, if you are interested in increasing throughput of replication, so just please add additional dedicated channels, and yeah, you would obviously face a significant performance increase on this step. I mean, if you're talking about a replication, about synchronization data between two servers. Alright guys, so I see no more questions left, so then I suppose we can finish our today tap room. So first of all, I would like to thank you everybody, so thank you for attending, and also this tap room will be available on our website. So please jump on our website and find if you couldn't attend that tap room, or do you want to review it once again. So yeah. All right. So I wish all of you a great day and see you guys. Bye bye.